What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Juggernaut 097, and I am here with Leo today. And today we are here to give our WWE Clash at the Castle 2022 predictions. So I'm going to roll the intro, and we'll be right back to give our Clash at the Castle predictions. So stay tuned. What is going on, Leo? How you doing, my friend?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man. So how's Leo doing today? You looking forward to Clash at the Castle on Saturday? Like, tell me what you are looking forward to. If you're looking forward to the show, if you're not, let me know.
I'm
Tell the
looking
fans.
forward to the show. I, I love these overseas type of pay per views. Sometimes they can be very interesting because you never know what to expect. And I think one thing that Triple H has taught us, like when it comes to wrestling, like sometimes you have to expect the unexpected when it comes to wrestling. And I'm definitely looking forward to this show. I mean, we could possibly see some new champions and a new a new era coming out of Clash of the Castle. So I'm very looking forward to what is to come out of it in the months going forward after this pay per view.
hmm Hey, what's up to the Tornado Tag podcast? Thanks for showing up, my guy.
What's
Thank you for
going
showing
on?
up. But yeah, you know what? I'm actually looking forward to this show. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns about this show. I mean, basically, the only thing that has been really built for this show is the Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, and maybe the Seth Rollins and Matt
Yeah,
Riddle match has been built. But other than that, there's been kind of lacking with some build here. And it's going to be interesting to see what Triple H does here because this is going to be his like full like second pay per view that he's running and stuff. With his like under the regime of Triple H, the Triple H era. So that's going to be interesting.
yeah,
Um, and also, they're going to be over there in the UK. In the UK, they always have a great crowd. Like they always come up with some good chants. So I think the crowd is going to be very energetic throughout the show. And who knows, maybe we might get some good surprises on the show, like with some new champions and like
returns.
returns. Maybe not returns. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what there is in what Triple H has in store. But um, I kind of wish that we were getting like Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory on this show or something like that. Like, but maybe they're saving that for like the next pay per view. But it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting to see
Extreme
what they do
Rules.
here. Um, yeah, because the next pay per view is Extreme Rules. But yeah, let's quit wasting time and let's get started with these predictions. So, let me put it like this. There we go. So the first match that we're going to talk about is a tag team match. We got Rey Mysterio and Edge going up against the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Leo, give me your thoughts on this match. Who you got winning?
Um, I predicted at SummerSlam Judgment Day we're gonna win, but Edge returned. I think the Judgment Day are gonna win here. I definitely think that these two guys in this group, I think with the win over two household names like Edge and Rey Mysterio will make their group stronger, and I feel like it will give them credibility and people will take them serious. And I think it won't be a clean win, and here's why. I think in this match we will finally get Dominic Mysterio turning heel. He might cost Rey Mysterio the win. Rey or Edge might go for the pin, and they look like they have the match won. But Dominic will probably come out of nowhere, and he just will pull one of them out of the ring and cost them the match, allowing Judgment Day to pick up the win here. Because they kind of teased it over on Raw like this past week. Dom was talking to Rey. He was like, "Why you didn't pick me to be on your team to compete against the Judgment Day?" And Rey was like talking about, "I need that experience." And he said, "Will you please be in my corner?" And it sounds like the way he said it is like, "Yeah, I'll be in your corner, but it seems like I'm going to turn on you and stab you in the back at the same time." So
Yeah, I definitely saw that on Monday Night Raw. But I don't know. I just feel like Edge isn't coming back to lose here, and I feel like The Judgment Day, I don't know how long they're going to be lasting much longer and stuff. I don't know what Triple H has in store for them because I feel like the Judgment Day has been, they haven't been doing good stuff with the Judgment Day as of late.
No, but this
So,
can get back on track.
I don't know. I just don't feel like that'd be right to put Dominic Mysterio in the Judgment Day. I just don't feel as he's the right fit for the group. So I don't think Truman Hill would be great. I just feel like Edge is going to get his redemption here. Because we got this whole with Rey Mysterio and Edge, going back to the SmackDown 6 back in the day.
2002.
Yeah, going back to those days. So I definitely think that Edge is going to get his revenge here on the Judgment Day. I also want to be a little different here. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Like we could see a heel turn from Dominic Mysterio, but
yeah, and it's a tag match too, so it's like he doesn't have to take the pin. I mean, Ray can really take the pin, and then you can extend this feud to like the next pay-per-view, and then you have not Ray, but Edge versus Finn Balor straight up one-on-one.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Edge and Rey Mysterio to win here. But this match can go either way. To be honest, like I said, there's a lot of unknowns about some of these matches, and this is one of them right here. But yeah, we'll move on to the next match. Next match we have is the Intercontinental Championship match on the line. We got the Intercontinental title on the line. We got Gunther defending the title against Sheamus. Tell me who you think is going to win this match here.
This match is definitely one of my favorite matches I'm looking forward to on that pay-per-view. This match has all the potential in the world to steal the show. And I know this is going to be a hard-hitting match between these two. Like, we've seen what these guys can do in their matches. You've seen what Sheamus can do in his matches that he had with Drew, hard-hitting. You see what Walter's done in NXT UK when he fought Pete Dunne and Isla Dragunov and Tyler Bate, just to name a few. So we know what we're going to get into when we're going to see both of these clash, no pun intended, at Clash of the Castle. But I do think Walter is going to retain. I wouldn't be upset if he lost because I definitely think Sheamus would benefit by winning the Intercontinental title because that is the only title that he needs to become a Grand Slam champion. And I love Sheamus. I've always been a big Sheamus fan, but I just don't think the time is right to take the title off of Walter. Yeah, I think you need to keep building him up. So when you take the title off him, from there you can catapult him to the main event scene. And yeah, but I will have to go with Walter to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with definitely Gunther is gonna retain. Which also I wish they would give Gunther his name. I mean, change his name back to Walter.
Yeah,
but did you see how Matt Riddle got his name back? And also
Matt Riddle and Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, and then I heard that Butch he's gonna be going back to Pete Dunne. So I mean, getting 3 out of the 4. I mean, I can't be mad at that, but like, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. That they're going to change his name back to Gunther. I mean, change his name back to Walter.
They did it with Seth. I mean, they called him Seth freaking Rollins, but that's no longer his name anymore. They just call him Seth Rollins now.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe his name might get changed back, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Yeah. And like you said, this is going to be definitely a hard hitting match. I mean, Sheamus' chest, it's gonna be so red. I mean, he's so white the way it is, and like his chest is gonna be so red, and it's gonna look crazy. It's like I said, it's gonna be very hard hitting. Both these guys are in their like home kind of vicinity, like around. It's in Europe, okay. I'm not the best with geography, okay. Those people in the UK don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. I'm probably offending some UK people. I think Gunther, he's from Austria, if I'm not mistaken, which that's over in Europe. And then also, Sheamus is from Ireland, of course. So, I think the crowd, they're going to be chanting for both these guys because, like I said, in the home vicinity around the area. So it's going to be a fun match, though. But yeah, it's not time to take the title off of Gunther yet. But again, I mean, if they want to make Sheamus a triple crown, I mean, they could do that. But yeah, I'm going with Gunther to retain. And then the next match we're going to be talking about is Matt Riddle going up against Seth Rollins, and this is gonna be an amazing match here. I mean, so the match got postponed, like got pulled back at at SummerSlam, because
Hmm.
they had the huge brawl, like on the go home show of SummerSlam, and then Matt Riddle had his like injury that they say this push back the match and stuff. And ever since then, they've been kind of like doing promos on each other. They having some brawls. Like I think it was this past week's Monday Night Raw where
Yeah.
they were like brawling outside the arena or something like that. Like
Yeah.
some fan had it on clip. And also the whole segment that they had, where they were like roasting each other and they were going back on each other, and like basically Seth Rollins was like taking shots at his like or his like ex girlfriend, or I don't remember
Yeah,
exact
his
thing. I think
wife, his
yeah,
ex-wife.
his ex wife. Yeah, go and then you know uh Seth Rollins calling him a bitch and all that, and then Matt Riddle saying that he's just gonna kick his ass, and it's gonna be a hard hitting match.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to be like Matt Riddle. I don't want the Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins to be like go out there and start doing like a colonial type. No, I want them to be like throwing punches at each other. Like really, this is like a blood feud here,
Pretty
and
much.
I feel like this feud is going to be continuing to Extreme Rules. Maybe like they might have like a gimmick match, like a pit fight, or because like that was pretty anonymous in NXT, or like that big match that Matt Riddle did. Like it was like in a steel cage.
That was a pit. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
was a
that
pit
was a
fight.
pit fight. Yeah, I feel like Seth Rollins is going to win the match here in some like dirty way, like either maybe Matt Riddle, his frustration gets to him and he gets disqualified, or Seth Rollins ends up winning like by cheating by some way. But this match is definitely going to be continuing. I feel like this feud is going to be continuing on to the next pay per view, like into like some like feud ender, like a steel cage or like a Extreme Rules where they can use a lot of weapons.
Hmm.
So I'm going with Seth Rollins here. Who do you have, Leo?
Kind of like you said, like I was breaking down this match, and I was like, on one hand, Riddle, Seth has been getting like the upper hand on Riddle. He kind of injured him so many times. He stomped him so many times, and I was like, okay, Riddle could use a win here, but Seth has been taking so many losses after losing to Cody and not being able to get a win after that, and then coming up short in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And I think Seth needs a win because I'm gonna get into my prediction why he should win later in the video, but I'm gonna have Seth Rollins to pick up the win here.
Okay. So I'm gonna move on to the next match, which we have is a 6-women tag team match. We got Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and Bianca Belair going up against Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. Um, it's gonna be a very interesting match here.
Yeah.
I definitely think the heels need to go over here because like
Hmm.
you got to make Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota. You got to make this faction look strong. You
Yeah.
can't make them be losing on the first pay per view. And like what they did on like Monday Night Raw, I feel like they should have been the one to win the women's tag team titles. But that's for a different video though. But they should have won the titles though.
Hmm.
Um, it's definitely gonna be interesting here. But like I don't think like maybe let Asuka take the pinfall here, like because you can save Bianca Belair and like Alexa Bliss, but like have somebody else take the pinfall. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens though. Um, yeah, I got Bayley's faction winning here. Who do you have winning?
I have Bailey's faction winning as well. I think if you would have had them win the tag titles on Raw, like Io and Dakota, I think this would have been a good match because I think we should have got like a winner take all type of match between both stables and both titles on the line or something like that. But I think what they did on Raw is kind of one of those things where like we all expected Dakota and Io to win, and I feel like that was one of those type of scenarios. Like, oh, just because we think somebody's gonna win doesn't mean they're actually going to win. It's one of those type of scenarios, like I was talking about earlier in the video with Triple H. Sometimes you have to expect the unexpected when it comes to wrestling. Just because we all think something's gonna happen doesn't mean it's gonna actually happen. So I will have to have the heels win here because they're so new and they need a win, and you want to keep them looking strong. So if they took a loss right now, it would make them look weak. So you need to keep them looking strong going forward. So I will have the heels winning here.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So now we're going to move on to the next match, which we have is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We got Liv Morgan defending the title against Shayna Baszler. This is going to be a very intriguing match here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Shayna Baszler, I feel like Triple H is a big fan of her. Like, really, I feel like that Shayna Baszler is going to be winning the title here because apparently Liv Morgan, she's not getting some good reactions backstage. Like she just hasn't been doing it as the champion, and like a lot of fans, they've been churning on her and stuff. And because like the whole match, with Ronda Rousey, with her getting that cheap win on Ronda Rousey, and then when Ronda Rousey, did that takedown, when she turned heel, like everybody was so happy because that's the Ronda Rousey that we've been wanting to see, as like this heel and stuff, and like everybody cheered that. And like I said, Liv Morgan really hasn't been doing as the champion right now. So I say, do something different on here and have Shayna Baszler win the title and make her be like that force like that she was down in NXT. Where she's just a badass. She didn't care, and I did see your video earlier. Maybe like have Shayna and Ronda Rousey be a tag team, but I'd rather have them in a feud. Have Ronda and Shayna in a feud. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a pretty good match to see. But yeah, I got Shayna Baszler winning here. What about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Liv. I think, kind of like what I said in the video, my prediction. I think if you do decide to put them in a tag team, I think who better to bring that NXT version back out of Shayna Baszler than Ronda Rousey? Shayna Baszler's we all know she can be ruthless, but we haven't seen that in quite some time. And sometimes in situations like sometimes somebody has to bring that out of you. And I think she might not win here. I don't think the fans are behind her right now, and I don't think people would care about her to be champion. But to an extent, people would still care about Liv because we still want her to be champion. We've been wanting it for so long. I think it'll be too early to give the title to Shayna. I think we need to build to that moment before. I think, like I said earlier, I think we need to get Ronda and Shayna as a tag team because they could be a dominant threat. And you'll be accomplishing two different things. You'll be getting some more attention to the women's tag division. You'll be making a huge tag team and a dominant tag team at that. And then when you decide to want to disband the team, you can have Ronda be that person to bring that ruthless NXT version of Shayna Baszler that we all know and love. And I think after you finish that feud, then you can reinsert her into the women's title picture, and whoever's champion, I think she'll be ready by then. Give her probably maybe up until around Rumble. If you give her up until Rumble, I think she'll be ready.
Interesting. Yeah, I just feel like it's time for Liv Morgan to lose because like fans are kind of disinterested in her. Like, I mean, it was cool when she won the title, back at Money in the Bank, but like she hasn't really done much with her character, and she's just like, and apparently she's not getting a lot of love backstage and stuff. She has a lot of heat backstage, so that can have something to do with it. But yeah,
it could be start of a heel turn. I think a lot of people have been saying this could be start of a heel turn. If she does lose, this could be a slow start to her going to that dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And even I think a couple weeks ago they were talking about when she was getting booed after the SummerSlam match. A lot of people, a lot of her colleagues were just like confused, like, why are y'all turning on her when y'all wanted it for so long? People was reaching out and like saying,
and also, wrestling fans, they don't know what they want, like
like you get something and then like they turn and they be like, oh, we want this, but as soon as they get it, like, I don't know if I want this anymore. And it's just
like Danny Bryan said, wrestling fans are so fickle these days. They're so fickle. Like the wrestling fans don't know what they want. It's like, just let it play out sometimes and like let it see what happens. And like don't like I just don't understand wrestling fans sometimes. Like sometimes we're the most toxic community.
I did hear like a little rumor that I wouldn't say this can happen, but I would be intrigued if this happened. What if Ronda does, you know, after Liv probably wins, right? Ronda gets upset and she just starts beating the crap out of Liv Morgan, and both Shayna and Ronda are beating Liv, and who comes out to make the save?
Who's that?
Charlotte Flair returns and helps Liv Morgan fight off Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. In the process, you have both Shayna and Ronda being heel, and you have a returning babyface Charlotte Flair and a new team of Liv and Charlotte going forward.
That's something I wasn't really thinking of, but I mean, it would be different. And Charlotte, she wouldn't be directly around the SmackDown Women's Style picture, so that would be different to do.
Exactly, and then as soon as Liv drops the title, if you want, you can make Liv and Charlotte be an actual team and go after the tag titles.
That does seem interesting. I just feel like there's money written over like having Ronda and Shayna Baszler go at it. That'd be
but I think the marquee match they want to do is probably do Becky and Ronda at Mania. If Becky wasn't in this spot, if she wasn't gonna compete at Mania, I would have automatically said Shayna versus Ronda, WrestleMania, book it.
Interesting.
But if it does happen, I don't see where this match can happen. Maybe at Royal Rumble, I think, or something. I think that's probably the biggest show that you can do. I don't know if you're gonna have them do it at Survivor Series. I'm not too sure, but
Survivor Series will probably do champion versus champion.
Exactly. So
Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion. Like they've been doing these past few years.
I wouldn't mind seeing Bianca versus Liv. I mean, like a darker version of Liv. I mean, why not?
Or having Shayna versus Liv. That one be. I mean, not Shayna. Shayna versus Bianca. That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be good. I feel like that match can be entertaining.
But yeah, let's go on to. I'm pretty sure it's the main event now. Yep, we got the main event here for the WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship. We got Roman Reigns defending the title against Drew McIntyre. Leo, give me your thoughts on this match. Who do you have winning?
So my thoughts on this match, I think this match is gonna be hard hitting. I think this match needs a good 20-minute match. No, just I don't want this to be a rush match where it's just like Claymore, spear. And no, I don't want that. I want to just straight up back and forth, hard hitting 20-minute match between these two. Let them tear the house down. And the other thing is, will we get to see the return of the Broken Dreams theme song from Drew McIntyre? I know that's one of the hot topics when it comes to Drew McIntyre going into Clash of the Castle. Will we get to see and hear that old theme song that we love to hear in the older days of WWE? Hopefully, but also my prediction.
No, he said the olden days, like saying like it was like 1990. No, that was like back
the good old days of 2011.
2010. I mean, that's debatable. I mean, I'd say the really good times, I mean, the good times about 2011 was when CM Punk did the pipe bomb. Like the summer of 2011 was good, but like other than that,
yeah,
it was
that too. But I'm talking about like the themes, like when the themes we used to be banging back in those days.
Oh yeah, true.
But I do have, and we're coming up on 2 years of Roman Reigns being Universal Champion. That is a huge milestone. But all good things must come to an end. And I'm sorry, Roman. I'm sorry. But you were about to kick Claymore off the mountain. And new, undisputed Universal Champion, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is my pick.
Okay. That's good. That's a pretty good pick there. I mean, pretty bold prediction there. I'm kind of split with this match because I'm thinking, okay, give Drew McIntyre a big win, like in his home, give him it's like a home type of field advantage here. But then again, I would say why end the Roman Reigns title reign, because like when it's a few months, like how many months is it till Mania? Like next April. Like why not keep the why not keep the titles on him at the same time?
I don't know.
But
It's just like I feel like
maybe
we're
they
all
could get
doing it.
maybe they could do like because I don't really know who else Roman Reigns can go up against, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like
he's done everything
he's
he can do
beaten
as champion.
everybody.
He's done
I
everything he can do.
and I feel like so maybe if Drew wins, I feel like we're gonna keep getting Drew versus Roman Reigns. Like probably we'll get it at the next pay-per-view.
No,
I feel like
he's
we're
not
gonna
scheduled.
get. I mean, it doesn't show them on schedule right now, but like, who knows? I mean, we could be getting a lot of repeat. Like, we could be having like repeating this match. Um, hmm.
I
I
just
just,
think it'll be a
and
waste.
also, I don't really know who would go up against Drew McIntyre.
You
Like,
could here's where I mentioned it
but
earlier.
what if Austin Theory cashes in the briefcase?
Oh boy, I've been
Yeah,
hearing this. I know someone said this. One of my friends told me this. What if Drew wins, and as soon as while he's celebrating, Austin Theory comes out and cashes in and becomes the champion?
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
I think what they should do here, and they want to split the titles. I know Raw wants their title back, and they want a full-time champion. Here's what they can do: you have Drew win, and you can have Triple H split the titles from there. Drew keeps the Universal Championship, and he stays on SmackDown. He can feud with Roman, but you have the WWE title go back over to Raw. But the question is, who will become champion? There, you can hold a tournament that will culminate at Extreme Rules, and whoever wins at Extreme Rules, it could be Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins meeting again but this time for the WWE Championship. And you have Seth win the WWE title, and then you have Seth keep going through everybody until Cody comes back and have him get his match against Cody. Or you could have Drew win both titles, and then at the next pay-per-view, you can have Seth versus Drew for the both titles.
Interesting. I think it'd be too early to put the title on Seth Rollins right now. Like, I don't know. I think
It's
maybe
long
around
overdue.
what's that?
It's long overdue. Seth needs a title again. It's
I
long
mean,
overdue.
Seth Rollins has been doing a lot of great things in 2022. I mean,
Yeah.
he's probably one of the wrestlers of the year, like with his promo work he's been
No
doing,
doubt.
and like. But then again, I just don't think I don't think he needs a title right now around him. Maybe around Rumble time, maybe around Mania time. Yeah, maybe put a title on him. But
I think
right
at the
now,
Rumble, because you're gonna want to have Cody versus Seth for that title. I think that's still gonna be the original plan.
but I know. I mean, having Austin Theory cashing in the briefcase, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
If it's on Drew, he has a good chance of cashing it successfully, I would feel
Yeah.
like. But Roman knew he would get squashed again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, so I definitely think that Drew McIntyre is gonna win here. And shoot, do I go with a cash in right now?
I
Kind of
don't
what?
think we're gonna get a successful cash in, and probably a win or whatever until possibly Mania or
Yeah,
something like that.
I'm just gonna say Drew McIntyre wins here. There's not gonna be any like cash in attempt or something. I mean, maybe Theory kind of teases it, but he doesn't really come out. Like, I don't know. Maybe the same song plays, but he doesn't come out. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Like, this match has the most intrigue about it. Like, it's gonna be very interesting.
Exactly. All right. Do you think we're gonna get that theme song back? That's the question right there. That's a good question.
I mean, I'd like to see it
He's
come
teased
back,
it.
but wasn't that a Jim Johnson theme? Yeah, that was.
I believe so, and it was one of my favorite themes. Literally,
That
like
was a good theme. So
I hope if
yeah.
they bring like Drew's back, they should bring Sheamus's old theme back because that's theme that he used to have back in the days where used to be so good. And I don't like this whatever this theme is that we have now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But yeah, that was our WWE Clash at the Castle predictions. Leo, go tell everybody where they can find you out on YouTube.
So my channel is Kicking It with Leo. I do wrestling content, horror content, gaming content, all that stuff. I'm on the road to 400 subscribers. We're at 380 right now. keep running up the likes, the comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. Share with your friends if they're a horror fan, wrestling fan, gaming fan, or even all three. Also, you gotta subscribe to my boy here. Come on, what are y'all doing? Y'all gotta support. We all one big wrestling family. We one big wrestling community. We support one another. So get my boy to 500 subscribers, man. What are y'all doing? Y'all must want to get chopped by Walter. We keep telling y'all this. We keep telling y'all this. Like, come on.
Yeah. So definitely go check out his channel. He does some great content over there. Like, he does a lot of good reactions on his channel, like with horror, gaming, and especially his wrestling content. So definitely go subscribe to his channel. His link will be down in the description below. And also, you guys can go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the TrueJSB. Once again, it's at the TrueJSB. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. If this is your first time ever checking out my channel, you can hit that like button, go down in the comments, turn on that notification, and most importantly, subscribe. If you don't want to, because you don't want to be getting chopped by Walter. You just don't want that to happen at all, because it won't be good for you. So, like, if you want to super kick the subscribe, if you want to tombstone the subscribe button, if you want to German suplex it, whatever you want to do, if you just want to slap it, or don't tap it twice, because if you tap it twice, you might unsubscribe. So don't do that. Just do it once, and there you go. And remember those notifications. And also go subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. But this is Leo and Juggernaut saying peace out, and I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be, I got AEW All Out predictions coming up here. I might do predictions for Worlds Collide. I don't know yet, but most definitely I'll be doing one for All Out. So stay tuned for that. I will see you guys later.